But yeah, so we're moving in 2 weeks. And so we posted our table, our couch, and our ottoman storage thing on Facebook Marketplace like yesterday or something. And then people like immediately responded and we're like, well, that's great. But then we're like, oh no, now we're going to have a week and a half without a table, a couch, and a storage ottoman.
Facebook Marketplace, it's like putting up roadkill for vultures. They will take anything. I once I put a box of it was literally just trash and I just put random bin of things. And like there were some cooking utensils or some stuff. I mean, it was like in a plastic bin, I guess. I put $5 because I was like, I don't want to throw this away because it gets to a point where you have too much trash to where you have to pay for someone to take it away.
Oh, yeah.
Like you have to get like a dumpster or you have to do something. So I would just list trash and people would just come and pick it up.
Wow, that's convenient. I mean, if you're really into it, they could probably go through it and maybe make a few more bucks on each thing, you know?
Well, I
I
think
don't know if
that's
that's what they're
exactly
doing.
it. I think that's exactly it. That's what
Yeah,
they're trying to do.
makes sense.
But it's so often it ends up just legitimately just being trash. But you're not selling trash. You're selling real stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we got the real deal. I know. I know. We could have made a few more dollars on it, but that's okay. It's getting picked up immediately and we'll just sit on the floor for the next week.
Andrew and I didn't have like any furniture for the first couple of years that we were together. So I think you
Years is a
can,
long time.
yeah. We bought our first piece of furniture after like a year being together. Our bed was on the floor.
Really?
Yeah. We had Andrew's disgusting couch and a coffee table. That was it.
All you need sometimes. Yeah, I forgot about all your houses you guys lived in.
Yeah.
You had a lot of interesting setups.
We've been in a lot of places. Did you ever go to the townhome?
In Fort Myers?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I stayed there a few times.
I don't remember that.
Um, I was still in high school, I think.
Oh.
So it was a while ago. I remember we went to the movie theater and they closed at like 8 p.m. So we could
Oh.
have
Oh yeah. Is that when we went to go see like Han Solo and we were the only people in the theater?
Yeah, probably. It was like the new hit movie and it was only us on a Friday night. Josh and I, on our California trip, we stayed in small town California. It's called Eureka. It was great. But everything there closed at
Oh.
like 9 p.m. at the latest. And I was like, my sister used to live in a town like this.
Oh God.
They were so
Oh my
ready to get out
God.
of it.
Okay, so how was staying in the bus and staying in the boat on your journey?
Just as magical as it sounds. Yeah, so we went on our California tent camping trip. And so we were tent camping for like 2 weeks. And Josh was like, don't worry, we're going to have some Airbnb breaks in the middle. And I was like, perfect. And then the ones he picked were a sailboat in Eureka, California, and
Oh
then
my
a
God.
double-decker bus in Portland, Oregon, which I was like, wow, I didn't know those were even options. But after tent camping was very luxurious. It was a good setup all around.
Did you like the boat or the bus better?
I think the bus better. It was roomier. He had it up like really nice. I don't know if you looked at the link, but it was really like
Oh,
it was
I'll need to look
cute.
at it after.
Yeah, yeah, no, it was really cute. He was really handy. It had a whole queen size bed, had a little kitchenette thing. Yeah, that was great.
Wow.
I know. You can really do a lot. And the sailboat was nice too. They were both fun for like 1 or 2 nights. My biggest let's see. What's the word? Challenge, I guess, during the
Hmm.
whole trip was the bathroom situation, which wasn't ideal in any, some places had pretty nice bathrooms. The sailboat had a bathroom that you could only go number one in, but it was on a marina. So you had to like walk over to a bathroom and like that was fine. And then the bus had a compost toilet. And so you had very detailed instructions on how to use it. And so if you're going number one, it had to go into a certain hole. Any solids had to go into another hole. And then you had to
Oh my
like
God.
crank it on the side so it all like
Did it smell?
mixed together. It was weird. It actually didn't. Yeah, it
Okay.
actually it actually worked really well. There's another compost toilet in the national parks when we were hiking, which there's supposed to be a like, normal plumbing toilet there, but it was all closed because they had like a pipe burst or whatever. So we had to use the compost toilet, and it was a really busy stop. So now like hundreds of people are using this compost toilet, and that one was just a hole. That one was really bad. That
Ugh.
was not my favorite.
When we went to the Rocky Mountains, we went to the top
Mm-hmm.
and they had like the bathrooms and they didn't have any plumbing. Maybe that was technically a compost toilet, but it was basically
Probably.
just a trash can with a seat on it. And then that was it.
Oh my gosh, did you use it?
Yeah, I mean, I had to pee, so I just, hovered over it and did the deed, but it wasn't great. That's hard to be traveling though and feeling like you would rather be at a gas station using the bathroom than at your lodging.
I looked forward to all of our gas station stops. That's exactly our last day on the bus. We were like checking out in the morning and then flying out. And I was like, I'm just gonna hold it until we stop at the gas station.
Okay,
That's what I did.
now I'm putting this all together, and one of the books that's on our short list might be Such a Bad Influence. And
Mm.
it's about this influencer who she goes missing, and it's like solving the mystery. And there's a lot of overlaps that feels very much like you and me
Uh-huh.
because it's about the young sister. She's 10 years younger than the older sister. The younger sister is the one who goes missing. And so it's from the older sister's point of view.
Mm.
And they start off living in a converted bus.
As all good murder mysteries start.
That's how they become famous.
Oh,
Is
that's how they become famous?
they start the family, the mom, I guess, always wanted to be famous. And so the mom and the dad converted this bus into a house. And then they were vlogging and doing all this stuff. And then the little girl is like tap dancing in front of the bus with
Okay.
her dad, and they're getting ready to go to recital. And then he gets killed by a hit and run
Oh my
the
gosh.
day of the recital. Yeah. So then the mom posts the video and they're like, this is the last time this little girl sees her dad. And then it goes viral. And then that's how it's been 15 years now or however long.
Okay.
And now they're all grown up, but the little girl is like the influencer.
Oh, interesting. And then she goes missing.
And then she goes missing.
Oh, intriguing.
It's so far, it feels like a well written book. It's interesting. I'm going to finish it though and see if it should make it.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds intriguing. I'm curious. Tap dancing and converted buses. Those are two of my favorite.
I know. I didn't think that that would ever get tied in, but that.
Yeah, I never knew that'd be relevant experience for. Although I will say, so there was a good 36 hours where Josh and I had a pretty serious fever dream of what if we lived in an RV in Miami instead of spending all this money on rent on an apartment. Could just buy an
Yeah.
RV. And
Yeah.
honestly, I'm still kind of into the idea, but there's just not a lot of places to park an RV in Miami.
There's not a lot of places. The places that you can park, I don't know that they're going to be the, age group that you're wanting to mingle with. There's a safety element.
Yeah,
And
that is a concern.
while RVs sound affordable in many ways, they break often.
But what if you don't move it ever? I mean, you still have all the plumbing and stuff. That's the other hiccup. We don't know anything really about maintaining an RV.
You could ask Uncle John and Aunt Lori. I
I
mean, if you knew
know.
where they were, no one knows where they are.
Just always drive around.
That's our murder mystery book. Where is Uncle John and Aunt Lori? No one knows where they are at any point. They could be missing. They could be fine. We
Oh
just
my
don't know.
gosh. I was thinking it's like, where's Flat Stanley? Remember that?
Oh my gosh.
He's just
Yes.
traveling the world. It's a happy
Oh my God. That's so
dream.
funny. Okay. Well, we have a lot to get through.
I know, a whole book.
Yep. And I have a hard stop at 3.
Okay, perfect.
3:30. So I think we can get through it. Do you want to try to finish this in one episode?
I think so. I feel like
Okay.
I don't have
Yeah.
a ton to say.
I don't have a ton to say either. We do have a lot to say though about Bookalytics.
Let's get to it.
So big things happened while you were gone.
All right, update me.
Okay. Well, first, the big update we both know about. We have officially gotten all 50 states.
Wow. We got
Yep.
Alaska.
Yep. We got
That
him
was,
in.
that
We
was
got
all
him
we
in.
needed. We can
That's
retire
it.
now.
Yeah, we're done now. Anchorage, Alaska. So
Woohoo.
glad you joined.
We are the happiest that you joined. Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. Overall, listens are way up. Way,
Yeah.
way up. And not even just the housemaid. They're starting to trickle through some of our backlog, which is great.
Yeah, welcome everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Glad you're here.
We got a new Spotify note and a 5-star.
What do you mean Spotify note?
Like someone put in a question.
Oh, they did. What they say?
Let me pull it up. I think it was the housemaid
I love
part
questions.
1 or 2. It was really nice note. I was like so excited about it.
That's so nice.
It was part 1 from Vioni Lamoris 5 days ago. She says, "Hey, just finished reading this book for our book club and stumbled upon your podcast. You two are so fun. Like, quote, my favorite murder hosts of books." And I was like, oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah. So I said, wow, what a compliment. Thank you so much. And thank you for the 5 stars. Please email us with any book recs. No email, but that's okay because Theoni did what was needed. And that was a 5-star and a nice note.
wow. Thanks, Theoni. That's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yay. Exciting. The housemaid
Yep.
was a lot of fun. That was a good one.
Housemaid was our best work, I think.
We can really retire. We've peaked. We have Alaska and the housemaid.
Yep. And then we also got our first reader mail.
That was exhilarating.
Do you want to talk about it?
Well, I don't know. So I was in California when all this happened and my signal was spotty. So I was only kind of getting like, I feel like you probably know more of it. But Candy texted me and she said, we have reader mail. Like someone emailed us. I said, what? And she sent this whole message and it was so nice and it was so kind. I was like, this isn't real.
I know.
And part of me still in disbelief.
I know. Can you believe it? Who do you think sent it?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I know. I had no idea either. So just so we're all on the same page, it was a long email, so I'm not going to read all of it, but just some of the highlights. Hello, Bookalicious. Big fan here. I've never emailed you before, though many times I found myself talking to my stereo system, making comments and responding to you all as I listen to the pod, telling myself I'll have to send them an email about this later, but never do. Well, here I am, finally. I found out that I could no longer stay silent as I listened to your Voyage of the Dawn Treader episode where you rank the Chronicles of Narnia books. And so then the reader goes on to talk about the rankings of the book. And, you know, just because Lion and the Witch and the Wardrobe is the most famous doesn't mean that it should be number 1. And then wanting to get their thoughts. And then they signed it off, your number 1 fan.
Oh, wow.
And the email was Nat08. And I was like, I don't know a Nat08. So I thought
like...
it must have been Sam or Chrissy.
Oh, should we say the email? Is that, I don't know if they want people emailing them.
I don't want to say the whole thing, but just Nat08. They'll know. So then Chrissy and Sam said it wasn't them.
I didn't have
signal. And I was shocked. I know. So then I replied with a very long email, but just some of the highlights. I said, you know, we're so excited to have our first reader mail. Chrissy's dubious that you're even real. And then I referenced this prank that I pulled on Chrissy back in our lessons of chemistry days, probably the highlight of that entire saga.
It was. That's what powered me through the remaining chapters.
And so anyway, so we go on and on and on. Well, it turns out that our reader mail is our number one fan,
Anna.
Anna. Anna
Oh
is
my gosh. That's so funny. Did she make up a new email address?
well, that's what I said. I was like, because Anna was like, Candice, I have a confession to make. Like, I know you're so excited about that email, but it was me. And I was like, well, why did you make up a fake email?
Well, she signed it your number one fan, so you probably should have known.
That's what she said. And I was like, oh no, I just thought this reader was the number one fan. And they know that number one fan is a tier, not a ranking. That's how
so funny.
high on my own supply I was.
Wait, okay. So did she make up a fake email or is that actually her email?
Right. So it's not her email. I guess what happens is if you like click the link or something from your Apple phone and it populates the email, I think it creates like a random email from you for like security. That's the only thing I can think of.
We can test it out. We can get our second reader mail from
Ricky the bookie girly. She's real too.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Wow, well that was still such a nice email. Thank you, Anna.
I know. Anna always writes the nicest things.
She does. She really is our number one fan. If she ever wants to be on the pod or has more recommendations, we're here for it.
I've told her. I know. We're hitting our short list. What book were you supposed to read?
I don't remember.
We're gonna end up just doing all the books that I think at this point.
There's a book I brought camping that I just happened to have. Oh, it's called I Am the Messenger. It was written by the same guy who did the book
Don't tell me the Holocaust book. We're not doing that.
I know, no, the I Am the Messenger, it's like kind of a mystery thing. I haven't read it though, but I just had it on my shelf and we're throwing away all of our books or like donating them because we're moving.
Yeah.
And I was like, this one seems good. So I kept it. So I was like, well, maybe we can make it a book club book. I feel like there's been some other ones. I'll need to think on that.
Okay. Yeah, because Chrissy likes to read a lot of like really sad books or historical fictions about the Holocaust. And
no, I don't.
You don't? I feel like you're always telling me about a book about the Holocaust that you've read.
What?
How many books about the Holocaust have you read?
Honestly, I think just like maybe one or two.
All right.
I can't really think of that many.
All right. Well, we'll start keeping tabs. I will.
That'll be our new game.
Yeah.
I did think about The Little Prince, though.
Oh,
which is such a good one.
I
which
know.
Would be like probably just a one episode, maybe.
Yeah, I have the El Principato. I bought him in Cartagena, Colombia in Spanish.
Why did you buy it in Spanish?
Because I was like, I'm going to read this in Spanish and I'm going to teach myself Spanish while I'm here.
Oh.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
And I was thinking, I know enough Spanish to I know like working Spanish to kind of get around. So I figured, well, if I read a child's book of a story I already know, I should be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
But The Little Prince is a little bit too beyond my reading level. I should have gone for like an alphabet book.
That's so funny. Well, Josh and I are also wanting to learn Spanish, and so we have Duolingo now. And Duolingo is actually really great. I don't know if you've had it, but you can learn a lot there. And so if we want to add a Spanish children's book to our list, then we could both learn Spanish.
We could do it. Duo is great for Spanish. It is. I've used it before. It's really, really good. And since you're going to Miami, that's going to be a nice skill to start pocketing.
Yeah, I know how to say he eats apples, I drink milk.
Oh.
She eats bread. Those are the sentences I
learned. Well, you got to start somewhere. Okay, so are we ready to wrap up this book?
Let's do it. Oops.
Okay. But first,
Our intro. Welcome to Bookalicious, a podcast where two sisters chat about books we're reading. I'm Chrissy,
and I'm Candice.
and today we are finishing Starter Villain by John Scalzi.
Mm-hmm. And we're
Great.
picking up at chapter 18.
Yes. Dedicated listeners will know on the last episode, I thought I had read to the same place Candy had. Turns out I totally skipped chapter 17. So I read it this go around, and a lot happens in chapter 17. The rest of the book really wouldn't make sense without chapter 17.
Chapter 17. It's like if there was one chapter to not skip in this whole book, it was chapter 17.
There's just so much. Yeah. Yeah. What you said was right. Like 50% of the book had happened, and we're like, nothing's happened. And then it all happens in
Yeah.
chapter 17.
Yes. And we find out later. Did you read the afterword?
Oh, I did. That he got COVID. Is that the part you're referring to?
John Scalzi, he wrote this book and then halfway through he got long COVID. And it scrambled his brain and he had a hard time finishing it. So he needed all hands on deck to get this book to finally land. So I was like, that I think adds a lot of context.
I really like the afterword. I like the book better after I read the afterword.
Yeah, I was like, okay, you know what? Sometimes you get long COVID and you have a hard time writing.
Quick.
You got to finish the book, but you have long COVID. What are you to do? I get it.
It happens. All right, so chapter 18.
Chapter 18.
Okay, so chapter 18, our guy Charlie meets with Anton Dobrev on their own, and Dobrev tells Charlie the truth about Uncle Jake, and Uncle Jake turns out was part of the Lombardi convocation after all. There's a storage unit on Uncle Jake's island with billions of dollars worth of artifacts from World War II, and only Dobrev knows about it. And so Dobrev is trying to gain Charlie's trust so they can make a deal or whatever. He ultimately wants Charlie to join the Lombardi convocation so that they can all kind of benefit from these resources. But Charlie's still skeptical. He's like, why did Uncle Jake leave the convocation if he was part of it? And then Dobrev says this ominous line that it's all about Charlie's mother's death. And then the room explodes.
Dum, dum, dum. Whoa. Yes. Okay, so I did have a few notes in this one. Oh, go for it.
Good. I don't have any.
Oh, what were you gonna say though?
Well, I was gonna say, since I really don't have a lot of notes on many chapters, we could do multiple chapter summaries together, or we could just kind of do speed round.
Let's just go through. I'll just go through it pretty fast. These are just some of my notes. I predicted that Morrison was going to turn because Charlie says Uncle Jake didn't have friends. I said, that is the occupational hazard of being a villain, Morrison said. And I was like, ooh, I bet Morrison's a villain and she's going to double turn. Foreshadowing. Spoiler alert, no. Charlie, go for it.
I mean, it's a little true. There's kind of more to Morrison.
Yeah.
We'll learn later.
I guess that's true. Charlie expected the members of Earth's leading society of villains to be smarter. I said, me too. And then when Morrison was like, oh, I'm going on a Bumble date, I was like, that is a fake date for sure.
Did you think it was actually with Tobias?
Or I didn't know. At that point, I thought it was a cover. I thought she was a villain and she's going off to go do her villainy things to get Charlie more in the trap. I wasn't figuring out what the trap was, but I was like, she's up to no good.
Yeah.
Charlie or Dobrev is kind of like, oh, I wish I could have a simple life. And Charlie's like, oh, you could totally do it. And then Dobrev's like, no, you really can't just run away from your life. And then I was like, I bet Jake did. I bet Uncle Jake faked his death. And now he's living on an island, nice, easy peasy life.
Oh, that was wrong. Intriguing.
Yeah.
That would have been good.
Yeah. There was another line that says, oh, okay. So Dobrev is talking about how all of the villains get like their seat at the convention because they're like someone's son or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then Charlie says, I didn't know him, Uncle Jake, and I'm not him, but he had his reasons for not joining, and I'm too new and too ignorant to say if they weren't good reasons. And then he goes on. But when he says, I'm not him, I was like, you're his clone. You are him.
I loved that prediction you came up with. The whole time I was saying, when are they going to uncover that Charlie is actually a clone of Jake?
I felt like to the very end, I was like, it's going to
Me
happen.
too. There's even a line towards the end where Matilda's like, there's something we need to tell you about yourself, Charlie. And I was like, he's a clone.
He's
It
a
totally made
clone.
sense. It
I
totally
know.
made sense at the end.
I think it got dashed from long COVID. That's the only thing, the only explanation.
John Scalzi's going to listen to our podcast and be like, oh, that's the ending I meant to come up with. I had forgotten.
Yes, yes. When they talk about all of the special arts that's in the crates in the cave,
Yeah.
I was like, art needs to be air controlled. This doesn't make any sense.
You don't think he would have come up with an air controlled cave that looked like a normal cave on the outside?
I have no idea, but you can't just leave art in crates. It needs to be like air controlled behind glass. Like we've been to the Vatican. We know. Okay, that's it. Those are my notes for chapter 18.
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, throughout the whole book, I was impressed with Charlie's cleverness. I'm like, yeah, that's a good move. Like he's not really doing any major moves, but he's like, Jake had a reason for not being part of this, so I'm not going to either. So I was impressed by those parts of the plot that happened here.
There's a line that Charlie says later, which basically he's like, I defer to experts about stuff. Like I'm not going to pretend to be smarter than I am.
Yeah.
And now with this long COVID in my mind, I wonder if that's a little COVID coded.
Oh.
Because that was kind of one of the COVID mantras at the time where you're like, well, I'm not an expert in diseases, therefore I'm not going to say what's the best choice of action. Or I
Yeah.
wonder if that's just Charlie, that's just who he is.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it definitely could relate to COVID. It could also relate to things before COVID though, because like all the billionaires are like, I'm the smartest. It's like because I have the most money, I'm also the smartest, which like Matilda points out at one point. She's like, unfortunately, those two things don't equate. But I could see there being some reality to that. Like you have a lot of money and you're like, oh, I'm qualified to do things like this.
Yes. Yeah, there's definitely like this sense of grandeur that you've been given. You've been given these
Yeah.
things and you kind of start to delude yourself into thinking that you earned them versus
Yeah.
were given them.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
he's picking up a lot of that.
Okay, chapter 19.
Chapter 19. Okay, so the room exploded. Turns out there was this whole, like, I guess, assassination attempt kind of thing going on. The hotel explodes. Two CIA guys jump into the room, and one of them shoots Dobrev. They start running after Charlie. Charlie's going to escape the hotel, but he's like, I forgot my cat Hera, and she doesn't have opposable thumbs. She can't get out of the hotel room. So he runs back. And when he's there, the CIA guys follow Charlie into the room. One of them's going to shoot him, but then Tobias the stabber, who's the other CIA guy who jumped in there, he shoots the other guy. So now Charlie is still alive. Tobias is there. And then Matilda comes in, and both she and Hera save the day. They save Charlie. But amidst all this, Tobias has given Charlie the gun. So now Charlie's fingerprints are all over both murder scenes because he was the Brev and now he's with the CIA guy who's murdered in his hotel room. So they all escape, and it's only after they escape the hotel that Charlie's like, oh, wait a second. I'm totally framed for this because my fingerprints are everywhere. And he didn't even put those together. Like the guy, Tobias told him, he's like, now you're framed for this because you held the gun. And Charlie somehow forgot that, even though they had just talked about it. Anyways, so they ran out of the hotel. And then Matilda's like, well, that would have been nice to know before we escaped. But that's okay. That's where they are now.
Maybe Charlie has long COVID now. He forgot. He's in a fog. Sometimes he has like glimmers of brilliance and then long COVID sets in. And
that would be pretty fitting because he does kind of flip flop from.
Yeah, from genius to goob. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so big question. your darling pet, I know you don't have any, but your darling pet is in the burning building. Do you go back?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, depends on like what my safety level would be of getting the pet. Because I would value my safety over the pet's safety. I have to
What if
say it.
that what if that pet was completely sentient?
I gotta say, yeah, that would kind of change things a little bit. Like I would be much more, I would risk a little bit more to go in after Hera than after just any cat.
Yeah,
That's my thought.
I would 100% go back. I don't want to live. I don't want to live if my cat just burned alive. No way.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I get that. But I don't know. That's pretty risky. Although it sounds like the explosion wasn't really Charlie's issue because it seemed like they had plenty of time to run out of the hotel. They had time to like murder people and plot and do all the things. So it seems like the CIA agents were kind of more of the concern. And I mean they could follow him outside the hotel too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Never really
Well,
seen.
and Hera is also a good wingman or wing
That's
lady
true. Yeah,
because
she
when he
saved.
went in, yeah, when he went in to go get her and the CIA dude was following behind, Hera like jumped on his face and clawed him.
Here's the best.
Yeah, Hera really she saves the show for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe you'd go back, maybe a little bit more likely if it was a sentient cat.
Kind of what I'm thinking.
Did any of this hijinks make you laugh or did you find it interesting?
I did. Yeah, the second part or this last part of the book, I thought it was all interesting and I did laugh more. Any of this hijinks in particular? Um, I don't remember. I don't remember if there was anything funny about this particular scene.
I laughed when Tobias shot the guy in the head and then he said, "Here, hold my gun." And I was like, "Don't do that." And then Charlie holds it. And then he's like, "Why'd you kill him?" And he's like, "You killed him." And he's like, "What?" And then he's like, "You're holding my gun." And I was like, "God, Charlie, you're so stupid."
I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't see that coming immediately. And part of me was like, if the guy who I think is gonna murder me offers to hand me his weapon, I'm like, I would take it. Those seem like better odds.
I mean, honestly, if I were there, I would probably take it too. But
But
even
reading
still,
it, yeah,
reading it, I'm like, come on.
it
Have
has to
you
be a setup.
seen, sorry for a small side digression. Have you seen Bryan Cranston's The Judge?
No, but I really want to. Is it good?
It's very good. It's definitely like Hal and um,
Walter White?
Walter White. No, Heisinger. What's his alter ego? The evil guy,
Yeah.
whatever. But
Yeah.
it's the two of those guys blended together.
That's
And
wild.
yeah, and so the premise, this isn't really a spoiler alert, this is episode 1. The premise is that the son, he has a hit and run accident with this kid and he freaks out and then he drives away from the scene.
Yeah.
And the things that the son does after, you're like, he's so stupid. Like he has blood all over his car and then he goes to like fill up gas. And you're like, no, don't do that. And then he and then he goes home and he's like dragging like the bloody clothes everywhere and he's like trying to wash them. I'm like, no, don't do that. And then he like throws it, he like puts it in a trash bag and he throws it in his own trash bin. And I'm like, oh my God. Like
Then he Googles what to do after a hit and run.
literally, and then he starts googling like the dead person, like seeing like their funeral and like their family. I'm like, no, don't, no, not on your
Like you've never done this before.
like, oh my God, it's like he's never seen Law and Order SVU, not one of the 5,000 episodes. I was like, I can't believe this. Okay.
Yeah, that's Charlie.
That's all I had to say about Charlie. Yeah. Okay. Chapter 20.
Chapter 20.
Okay.
Okay. So it turns out that the storage unit that Dobrev had mentioned is very important. And Dobrev had said when he was about to die, he's like, no one else knows about this, but there's instructions for when I die that all the information about the storage unit that's on your island is going to go to Roberto, what's his name? Gratis or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so anyways, Charlie and Matilda are back on the island. They visit the storeroom and they learn about Charlie's mother's death, and how it all went down is that Uncle Jake hid items in the storeroom for the Lombardi convocation, and they all agreed that no one would access it for a long time. It's kind of like Lord of the Rings or something. All like, this is too much power, we won't do it. But then, of course, someone wanted the stuff in the storage unit, and Jake's like, no, we can't do it. And then Charlie's mother died in a car accident the next week. So Jake was like, oh my gosh, you guys killed her. So Charlie learns about that. But then Charlie has to go to this video conference with Roberto Grata, who now knows about the storage unit. And Roberto also knows the cover story that Charlie killed Dobrev and the CIA guy, and he even has a gun as evidence. So he has a lot of blackmail against Charlie. So he's like, let me into the storage unit, or I'm going to tell everybody you murdered everybody. And yeah, that's what happens.
That was just chapter 20?
I think
Or is
so.
that chapter 20 through 22?
No, I think that's just chapter 20.
Oh, wow.
The same thing kind of happens. Let me go ahead and do chapter 20 to 22 because it's all about the storage unit. So that all happens. They end the video call. Charlie talks with the dolphins. Let's see. Does he actually talk to the dolphins yet? Yeah. Okay, Charlie talks with the dolphins and they kind of work out their whole labor union stuff. He learns Hera is a real estate investor on the side.
Yep.
They learn about the whales that the dolphins had seen earlier are also spies. So now the dolphins, now that they've worked out their labor union stuff, are gonna like help out with that. Charlie gets back on the Zoom call with Robert, and he says he won't give over the storage unit because it has to do with his mother's death. And Gratos is like, well, I'll show you what I'm about. So then he blows up the dock on the island. And then after this happens, they end the Zoom call. Charlie kind of thinks about things. Sorry. Okay, yeah. So after this, Charlie then blows up one of the satellites that one of the other convocation members had on his island, which cost him 5 million. Basically, they're just trying to get at each other. I don't know, to work out a deal or whatever. But it all ends with Charlie being like, all right, let's promise a truce for 48 hours where we're not going to talk to each other. We're not going to attack each other. But then after that, we're going to go on Zoom again and we're going to figure out a deal with this storage unit thing. And really what he's doing is just buying himself time.
Yeah. So I think to summarize it succinctly, the convocation people want to get into the storeroom to get money. Charlie says no. Then he's rude to the new head guy, Gratus. Yeah. Gratus gets mad, blows up his dock. Charlie retaliates and blows up the satellite. Maybe it's the other way around.
Yeah. No, that's right. Yeah, that's a much easier summary.
Yeah. So, but I mean, there's just like a lot of like back and forth. So it's just a lot of like politicking, basically, is what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And that goes all the way from chapter 20 to chapter 24.
Okay. So my first question was on page 1 of chapter 20. Who's Till?
Matilda. Did you figure it out?
I figured it out later. Because they always call her Morrison and then they're like, Till knew. And I was like, who's Till? I forgot about her.
I know. I never know what to call people.
Yeah.
First name, last name.
Okay. Did you think Dobrev was dead? Did you think he was dead?
I wasn't surprised when I found out. Spoiler alert, he wasn't dead.
Yeah, I put suspicious. I don't think that he's dead.
Yeah, but all the signs did seem like he actually died.
Did you find it odd that so in order to get into the secret place for the storeroom, you had to like Charlie had to put his hand down and then it read his hand?
Because he's a clone. It made so
That's what
sense.
I said.
Yeah, of course. How else would it work?
I I was like, how did he get his handprint?
He like taped it at night.
Yeah, like, and it's like, how did they get the handprints of all the sons? I mean,
okay. What if Uncle Jake could just wanted it to look like that's what it was supposed to be, but actually anyone's hand would have worked?
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Maybe that was all it was. Because yeah, I don't see how. Although I mean, if he could get Jake's hand, he could have gotten all the son's hands. Maybe the cats have some like imprinting thing on their tongue, like they lick the hands and they like.
They have like little like what am I trying to think? Camera eyes, and they like scan it or
Yeah, yeah,
something.
I'd believe it. That can make
Yeah,
sense.
but I saw the hand thing and I was like, clone for sure.
Mm-hmm. That would have been so perfect. Yeah. So I totally thought that.
So when Morrison is talking to Tobias, did you think anything of it?
What do they say exactly?
As we got closer, Morrison's phone pinged. She looked at the number and grimaced, then opened the call. Go, she said, and listened. Fine, she said, eventually, and hung up. She looked at me. Well, I suppose that was inevitable. What is it? That was Tobias, the stabber. Yes, the stabber, Morrison said, annoyed. He got a new job working for the convocation directly, or what's left of it, and they go on. Did you think anything of that?
No, not really.
I put they're dating.
You figured out the whole thing.
Well, no, I'm not, because Charlie's not a clone.
I think that's what he meant to write, though. I think long COVID made him forget it. All the signs are there.
Yes. Did any of this make you laugh?
Um, yeah, I remember like smiling at some things. I didn't write down any lines though that in particular made me laugh.
Yeah.
I did like the Zoom call things. Like it
Oh my
was such a
God.
COVID book because he's on because this gratis guy is like, we're gonna talk. And he sends him a Zoom link, and Charlie's like, "What? A Zoom link?" He's like, "Yeah, it's convenient." And then, but Gratis doesn't know how to like make it encrypted or whatever, and then he doesn't know how to unmute his microphone. I thought that was really funny. I really like that.
And then he's like going to close his laptop and he's like, don't do it. Don't do it, Charlie. And he's like, full cat.
I loved the Zoom. That was good.
The Zoom was really good. There was this part where Charlie apologizes to Hera because he's like, you are sophisticated. He got her like a whole like sushi platter.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, sorry, I fed you Meow Mix forever. And then Hera was like, I actually like Meow Mix. It's like potato chips for cats.
I did like that. And she was like,
that.
I would order Uber Eats when you weren't looking.
Yes. And there was a line, which I'm really glad Scalzi included, that added more context to the dolphins.
Mm.
So when Charlie was talking to the dolphins, it was pointed out that they don't mix well with other members of their species in the real world, making them smart but outcasts, which seems sad to me. That's what Charlie said internally. And I said, that's why they're trapped.
Mm. Yeah.
Because at the beginning, they're like, you can leave at any time, but they can't leave at any time. They have nowhere to go. And we know dolphins have gangs. And from our previous episode, they have gangs and they'll sexually assault each other. So it's like they can't just like go out into the wild.
I get why they're outcasts. Makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, no, I did like that. I really like all of his things with like the cats being spies. I think that's super clever. I like that the dolphins are spies too. I really like all the like technology things he's created here.
Yeah. I like that too. So when you're finding out that Hera has real estate and she gets Uber Eats and she's just like living the life, and what happened? Charlie's like, you know, what does he say? He's like, that sounds risky. Hera, I'm a cat. I can handle risk. Worst case scenario, if I lose everything, I still get fed and have a place to nap.
I love that.
And then Hera says, sometimes it's better not to be a human, Charlie. So my question for you, what animal would you be?
Hera makes it look pretty nice. She's right. She and like cats are kind of allowed to like just explore on their own more so than like dogs are.
Yeah.
Cats are really they're going up in my book. Because yeah, then you can be a beloved pet.
That made me laugh. What did you think of the head of the feline society CIA, Feline Society being Mrs. Tum Tum.
Oh, I thought that was funny. That did make me laugh.
Yeah, I
He's like,
thought
I
that was
can't
funny too.
I can't take this seriously if the director's name's Mrs. Tum Tums. And I'm like, what? What's her name?
They're like, someone named her when she was a kitten. We didn't know she was going to be head of the whole thing. Like, what?
What's weird about this? I did like that. I felt like this. I feel like John Scalzi probably just had so much fun writing all of this.
I agree. I think he did have a lot of fun. I have a question. So we had assumed that all of the rich men with the cats, those were spies. Was it ever confirmed?
I don't know
Because the
because
only, oh, go for it.
well, because I don't know if I forget what it said, whether because I know Dobrev's cat was not well behaved, but I wasn't sure if other people's cats were also not well behaved, which would mean that they're not spies, most likely. I think there's definitely spies of like just stray cats going around.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would be suspicious if, well, I guess the spy cats could just show up like they did in Charlie's life, so it wouldn't be suspicious. Yeah, I don't really remember. I don't know if it was confirmed.
So I think it's confirmed that Dobrev's cat is just a regular one because
Yeah.
him and Uncle Jake were kind of in cahoots. The only line that I pulled out was Charlie asking Morrison, "Did we lose any cats in the Grand Bellagio fire?" But that could either be
He just likes
the
cats.
rich men's cats or they brought in additional cats or something.
Oh. I thought for sure he was talking about the Richmond's cats. I thought he just liked cats though. So like whether they're sentient or not, he cared about the cats.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't know.
The ones whose owners, no, I think it was definitely the rich men's cats because she said, to answer your question, no, couple suffered smoke inhalations. The ones whose owners died have been sent to local safe houses and were debriefed there. So yeah, those
Mm.
cats were definitely spies.
Yeah.
I have a figure me out.
What is it?
Their Chabot started as fishing and whaling enterprise in the 19th century and eventually moved into electronics.
I didn't know that word either. I think though it means some sort of like business, but maybe like kind of schemy business.
I have no idea.
That's what I took it as.
I'm thinking like a coven. I don't. Oh, we did this last time.
We did?
A large industrial South Korean conglomerate
Oh
run
my
and controlled by an
gosh.
individual or family. Dang it.
We were
Fell for
fooled
it again.
again. Darn it. We need to listen to our last episode and see what we said then because I think I had the same guess.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't learned anything.
I've only edited up to
That's okay.
episode 2.
I have one too though.
Oh, good.
Says your uncle was in arrears.
How do you spell it?
Arrears. Arrears.
Arrears. Your uncle was in arrears.
Yeah.
It sounds like backed in a corner, maybe,
Oh,
or maybe
that's a
like
good
turned
guess.
around. What is it?
Honestly, I don't know. So I just looked it up. It says money that is owed and should have been paid earlier. He was
Oh,
suing the leasee for the arrears of rent.
oh,
Okay, so Uncle Jake owed money and should have paid it earlier. That makes sense.
okay. Oh, because he was talking about, oh, he was supposed to pay 5% every year and he never did.
Yeah. Okay, that does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
There's another word I think
go
that
for it.
comes up here. I didn't point out. I actually do know this one, but it's a fun word. Do you know hoi polloi?
Oh, I know you talk about it a lot. I feel like it's like, I don't know, like a kerfuffle or something.
It's not. It means the masses, the common people.
The hoi
The
polloi.
hoi polloi. Ooh, but dictionary.com is telling me it's derogatory.
Oh. Oops.
I don't know if it I mean yeah, I think it's like the
Is
plebeians.
it discriminate or is it rude if you're one of the hoi polloi? It's still rude.
As a member of the hoi polloi.
Didn't you receive a Poppers
I
waiver?
did, yes. I was officially classified as a pauper, according to the government.
If that doesn't make you a legally standing hoi polloi, I don't know what does.
Maybe living in a bus does. I don't know.
Oh my God. No, rich people have to live in a bus because, well,
Well,
a
yeah, actually,
refurbed
RVs are very
bus.
nice, but I was thinking of my converted double decker bus.
Yeah. Okay. So I was getting confused. So you have the bourgeois, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
They're upper middle class.
Yeah, I think so.
And you have the proletariat, which you said that we all knew in the first episode, but I didn't know it and I was just nodding along. But based on your context, that sounds like it's the poors.
Yeah. So, okay. So, bourgeoisie, I'm looking it up, says it's the middle
Okay.
class. Proletariat is a working class.
Okay. And then the plebeians is just another word for working
Oh, yeah.
class
Yes, it's
from
plebeian is
feudal
a
system.
commoner. But when I
Commoner.
looked up hoi polloi, it was some of the um like synonyms on Wikipedia says the plebes, the masses, the proles,
The proles.
which I think is proletariat. So I
Oh,
think the plebeians and the proletariat are all the same words as hoi polloi.
okay. Good work.
Hoi polloi, it's a good word. It's pretty fun.
I like it. Okay, so I didn't have anything for 22. Oh, I have a figure me out. I know
Ooh.
this one. I was wondering if you knew it. Neuroses.
Oh, it's like when you're neurotic, like all your weird
Yeah.
antics. Mm.
I learned that from listener of the pod and dear friend Anna.
Anna.
Yeah, she doesn't even know she taught me that. So I'll wait until she listens to this. And then she's like, whoa.
It's a good one. What did you think about the mom's death? I don't know if you have more figure me outs, but I just needed to ask you. What did you think of that whole backstory?
I was like, that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, it all seemed a little underwhelming. Also, everything is just happening so quick. To where I'm like, I don't even know what's happening. I don't even know these people's names.
It's very obvious that Scalzi got long COVID at he went okay, so he went to the convocation around all these people. He got long COVID. He had to take a break, and then his editor was like, we need to finish the book. And it was again this cursed deadline. Once again, the deadline makes a grand appearance in a novel, and he's like, I have to finish it. No time to explain.
Going full steam ahead.
Because he's just like, you're gonna find out the reason for your mother's death.
And we're like,
And then
okay, what is it?
they caused her to have a car accident. You know what? Like, come on.
Like, what?
Because of this, because of the storage unit. Why would that do anything?
Well, it's like it's like, setting a warning. Like, if you don't do what we want, we're gonna hurt you.
Yeah, and then it wasn't very good because Jake was just like, all right, fine, no. And then they never did anything. So I'm just like, what?
it was very strange. Yeah, I don't
Killing
really.
her doesn't make sense. It's like kidnapping her makes sense.
Yeah, because what did happen? Because now he had a lot of reason to like mess up their businesses, but yeah, they never got back to him again.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, now that your sister's dead, you're not going to do it.
Darn. We thought that would work.
We thought that would work. Yeah, it's like you kidnap her, and then maybe something happens in the kidnapping, and then she dies. Like maybe something like that.
Oh yeah,
But I feel
good.
like you don't just kill your leverage if they can't actually get him for not doing it.
Yeah, I think this is one of those ones where we need a fan fiction that you write the alternate ending. I like all of these other things you're coming up with.
Yeah. Okay, there was another line of Charlie's a clone. in chapter 24.
Mm-hmm.
And Morrison's like, why did you say the 48 hours? He says, it's a delay, I admitted. We're kind of busy right now. As for the other part, all I can say is, I'm not my uncle. And I was like, you're his clone. You are him, Charlie.
There's another line where I think he asked, like, how much like Uncle Jake am I? He's like, enough like him or something. And I'm like, he's exactly like him. All the signs were there. Long COVID just made John Scalzi forget to write the actual part.
He just forgot. I agree. Okay. Ready for chapter 25?
Yes. Well, one last thought.
Oh.
I actually thought the dolphins unionizing was interesting because it's like
Oh,
he
yeah.
created these dolphins that are now sentient. It's like, do they get who gets to choose what rights they have? It's the
Yeah.
dolphins because they're like rational. Like, when does something become its own thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was interesting.
What did you think about it?
Um, I don't know because sure, I think the dolphins should be like paid fair and whatever else. But also I'm like, well, but they're not people. And if you had to choose between the two, should it come down to it, I feel like you choose the people more than the dolphins. But like when things
Yeah.
become sentient, it's like, ooh, what's a defining line now between like human versus other thing?
Right.
Yeah, interesting.
And anytime you start like delineating, like, oh, this life is worth more than that life, it can, not to be like slippery slope fallacy, but it can eventually you start turning in on your own, typically, is what happens when you
Yeah.
start. And we talked about this a lot in Elantris, where it's like you exclude one group and everyone's against them.
Hmm.
And once you eliminate them, then you always, when you're united by something like that, then you have to find another group. And it just keeps cannibalizing itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. But is it different when it's dolphins?
To me, no, but you know, I don't know. It's similar, I feel like, with, so I wrote my college thesis paper
Ooh.
on the property rights of children. I think I've spoken about
Oh,
this before.
I don't know if you have actually.
Basically, just like kind of toying with the idea of when does a child be able to make their own decisions? Like, why, like, when the parents taking care of the child, they're like their agent,
Yeah.
they're, you know, they're like executor, and they make all the decisions, what's best for the child, da 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 da. At what point does the child then become, well, I'm sentient enough, I'm cognizant enough to make my own decisions? And in society, we just kind of have like an arbitrary age. But does that like really make sense? Are there some people where it's like they're 15 and they're very, you know, together, and they maybe they make better decisions than their parent, and then you have people who are 30 and you're like, you should not be making any decisions for yourself, you know?
Yeah. That's interesting.
So I think however you would apply that type of logic, I would apply to the dolphins.
Mm, intriguing. So then I guess is there nothing like intrinsically different between humans and dolphins in that
Well,
world?
I think that, right, so exactly, so then that would go back to your view on life and probably religion, and do you believe only humans have souls?
Intriguing.
Intriguing. Yes.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yes. Yeah. So I think, and I think that's why you'll always kind of have like that cyclical or circular argument,
Yeah.
because if you're not agreeing in that beginning piece, then you can never
Yeah. Get to the same
find
conclusion.
get to the same conclusion. Exactly right.
Yeah. Intriguing.
Okay. Chapter 25.
Chapter 25. Okay, so now Charlie and Roberto have agreed with this thing or with this plan where Charlie's going to clear the island. So it's just him and Matilda and like Will, whoever that guy is, one of the other people. And
Yeah.
then the six people from the convocation are going to come so that they can help open up the storage unit. Um, Everybody gets there. They open up the storage unit. There's all these crates in there, just like they expected. But then, unsurprisingly, it was a setup, and Roberto has Tobias kill everybody after they open the door. And is that what happens in Raiders of the Lost Ark? Like they find the treasure and then he kills the other guy.
I think that is what happens because I
Yeah.
think there's a reference to it, and I was like, this
Yes.
probably would be funny, but I don't know if we've seen that movie.
I know. I don't even remember honestly, but I feel like that's what happens. Like two guys find the treasure and then the one guy kills the other guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, so they make a few references to that here. So I think that's what's going on. Um, and there's just a lot that happens in these next few chapters. I guess we can kind of summarize everything before he goes back home. So Roberto kills everybody else, but then as they start opening the boxes, they realize that they're all empty. And so then Roberto's like, "How'd you do this to me? And now I'm gonna kill you." So now they go back to the island where Matilda is and stuff. Roberto is gonna blow up the Sandals Beach Resort where all of Charlie's employees are. Um, and he asks his spy whales to do it, but now the spy whales have unionized because they've talked to the dolphins, and so they don't blow up the Sandals Beach Resort. Then a lot of things happen that end up with Roberto tripping into the water, and the dolphins like murder him. Charlie's like, I don't want to be a villain anymore. And then Anton sails in on this boat and says, "Surprise, he wasn't actually dead." So now Anton and Matilda, they have this whole meeting with Charlie and they're like, "Here's what's actually been going on. You've actually just been a pawn in all of this. We knew everything was going to happen like this. We just needed you to kind of pretend to be along so it would all look realistic. Turns out you did not inherit trillions of dollars. I'm in charge. Morrison and Dobrev are in charge." So now Charlie's going to go back home, and Hera's not going to go with him because she still has work to do, but Charlie can stay in her cat house.
Yes. And that is till what chapter?
That's until that finishes chapter 27. So then we just have one
Okay.
chapter left. Do you want me to finish the
Okay.
last chapter?
No, because there's a couple things that I wanted to talk about this
Okay.
first block.
All
The
right.
first one is that when Anton rolls in, I was like, oh my God, he's Uncle Jake.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
Because I was like, nobody knows what he looks like, and like this and that. And
Oh, that would have been really good. Yeah. Like Anton is both Uncle Jake and
and
Anton.
Anton, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would have been great.
Yeah.
We need your fan fiction rewrite.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, it's him. And then they're like, nope, it's just Anton. And I was like, okay.
As expected.
Yeah. Is this where Anton Dobrev he gets into the plotting behind it all?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So basically, from what I understood, Uncle Jake and him were like, we need to get rid of the convocation because these guys are just a bunch of Nepo babies and they're no good.
Yeah.
And so they plotted to basically just have them cannibalize each other as
Yeah.
they did. And if Gratas didn't kill them all, I guess the strategy was going to be to lock them up in the empty crate room box.
Yeah.
And just let them die.
I know.
Like, okay.
I mean, yeah. And also Uncle Jake needed to be dead for this to happen because they needed Charlie to inherit it, or at least they needed it to look like Charlie was inheriting things. And Uncle Jake was already dying of pancreatic cancer, so he just ended his life earlier. It's like, oh.
I was like, this is weird. Like, why can't you just give Charlie some money? Because at the end, they're like, we're going to give you $100,000.
Yeah.
You're like, this is a man with no job prospects who has now been framed for 4 different murders and insurance fraud.
You're just going to drop him back off.
Yeah, like, okay.
I mean, part of what they were said is like it's the black market money or whatever. Like it's not actually real. And since Uncle Jake died, it's not really real. But I'm like, but they still have a lot of money. Just ruined this kid's life, and now he needs to pay for therapy for the rest of his life after what he's seen. So he needs some, yeah.
They also spin out that Tobias has been working with Morrison and Dobrev the whole time. And
Right.
Dobrev and Morrison are indeed dating, and they never stop dating, I guess.
No, Morrison and Tobias, yes, they're still dating.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I meant. Yep.
Yeah. And also I feel like Hera is actually the big bad behind all of this. She's really in
Oh.
charge.
So you said earlier that you said Morrison kind of flipped. What did you mean by that?
Oh,
When I
she
said she
flipped.
was the big villain, she was the villain.
Oh, just because it sounded like she was working for Uncle Jake, and I guess she was, but she was also kind of in charge and kind of like had the plans going too.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
How would you feel if you were Charlie?
So confused. Like, what is happening? What did I just experience? I would be a little hurt that they just, risked my whole life multiple times just so they can make this plan happen. When I wasn't even a part of it to begin with. That's a little mean.
I was disappointed. Is this where they talk about the berry spoons?
I
Maybe
think
that's chapter 28.
that might be the next one, but you can go ahead and talk about it where he gets a letter from Uncle Jake.
Yeah, we'll just wait. We'll just wait. Because I
Okay.
had a couple figure me outs, unless you have more notes.
I have one note. I think you're really
Oh,
gonna
good.
like it.
Okay.
So one of the boats, I guess it's whatever Roberto's boat. It's called the Patrick Itoile. Do you know that
I don't
word?
get it.
I
No.
know that word from ballet because there's different rankings of ballet. And the Itoile, I don't know if I'm saying it right. That's like the highest rank. It means star. It's called the Patrick Star.
You see, I'm wondering if we didn't laugh enough because we're not smart enough.
I think there probably are other references I'm missing. I really like the Patrick Itoile one where I'm like, oh, I bet there are other things I'm missing.
The other thing that I want to say though is that the beginning of this whole journey, John Scalzi said that he became relatable via writing comedy. So if he's writing comedy that I don't understand, then I mean,
He's not
like,
relating to us.
yeah, how relatable are you? Just kidding. Kind of.
Although
Okay.
I did feel like he was writing directly to like millennials with all these references.
The-
He or at least he felt like he was trying to. He's like he got his iPhone 15 out and opened his Zoom app.
a part of me was thinking AI wrote this. With all the product placement, I'm like, this is AI.
There was a lot, especially at the beginning. I felt like there was less so at the end, but the beginning was so much
Yeah.
product placement.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna get every keyword that I can.
The algorithms will love me.
They'll love me. Okay. Figure me out.
Yeah, I don't have any. So all you.
Okay. I'm looking for the gesticulating.
You have the
Gratis
sentence.
started gesticulating wildly. Starter villain, not someone who could have thought to do this.
I like the starter villain thing. Gesticulating, that's like
Mhm.
moving with your hands, right?
Oh, like
So
gesturing.
I'm
Oh, I
pretty
bet that
sure.
is.
Do you want me to look it up?
Yeah.
Yes. To use gestures to make movements with your hands or arms to express something or emphasize what you're saying.
That was a comment that we made in the previous episodes too, is that a lot of these like hard to read words are actually just normal words with like a lot of extras. What do you call
Like
them?
a
Suffixes or
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah. Okay. Syllogism. This syllogism is faulty and is denied. Syllogism.
I do remember that. That's like a logic statement where it's like this A, then B, then C, therefore A equals C, something like that.
Oh, interesting.
But we should look up the actual definition.
Yeah, what is it?
Syllogism is a form of reasoning in which a conclusion is drawn from two given or assumed propositions, each of which
Oh.
shares a term with the conclusion. And yeah, it is like if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C.
So it's the transitive property for words or for sentences? Because transitive
Um,
property is if A equals B equals C, then A equals C.
yeah. I think it's the same thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. One of my friends was like, I really liked math because it was like logic, but with numbers. And I was like, that's exactly what it is. That's a great definition. I never thought of
Yeah.
that. And then it's like that's like what debate is too. But now
Yeah.
instead of numbers, you have words.
Mm.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Chapter 28.
Oh, okay. Any other chicken
That's
we have?
it. That's all I had.
Oh, that was a good one. Let's see. Well, what do you think about the whole plot up till now? We've figured out what actually happened. What do you think of it?
I was like, what? This is I, this book could be summarized. I was telling Andrew, this book could be summarized in like one sentence.
What would be the sentence?
Man down on his luck, inherits family business, goes to orientation and a work conference, and then is immediately fired.
Gets generous severance pay.
Yeah. Gets abused along the way. I was just like, I just wish there was like more. I wish like he was a clone. I wish that there was something other than Uncle Jake dying like Steve Jobs. I wish I wish I don't know.
I felt like there was a beginning of a lot of things, and then they're like, "Oh, this is what happened," and like that was it. Like it all felt like it only went to the surface, kind of
It
thing,
felt yes.
and a little like dreamlike, where it's like, "Oh, this actually really wasn't real. You didn't inherit anything. Back to your normal life."
Yeah.
Like what? We did all that for nothing?
Yeah, because it kind of seemed like he was really getting the skills and he could have been good at this job.
Yeah. Okay. I have an alternate ending.
Okay.
Now that we're talking about this, um, I guess should we talk about chapter 28 first?
Yeah, let's do chapter 28 and then we can do our
Yeah.
alternate endings.
Okay, okay, I'll do that. All right, so chapter 28, the last chapter, and everything is a happy ending. So Hera is
Yes.
big boss, and she sets Charlie up with real estate, including McDougal's pub. So now he's a proud owner of that. The previous owner stays on and trains Charlie. Charlie loves his new pub life, and he's making all these friends. He gets the letter from Uncle Jake that Candy referenced earlier, which just kind of is apologizing for how Uncle Jake wasn't present in his life and says a few other things. And then at the end, Hera and Persephone come back because they're done with their work abroad and they all walk home together. The end. That's it.
That's it.
So happy.
So he mentions the berry spoons here. And for our listeners, that was in the beginning when Uncle Jake sent Charlie a wedding gift. It was berry spoons, and he had a date like 5 years or 3 days or something.
Yeah.
And then that was exactly when Charlie got divorced. And I'm like, how did he know it to the day?
Okay, yeah, I forgot that was one of your predictions. That would have been
If it
great
wasn't a
too.
plant.
Yeah.
Like, I understand like 5 years, give it 5 years, something like that. Like, okay, within a year, I could see that. But like to the day,
I know. That's crazy.
he just guessed that.
Uncle Jake was on another level, I guess. Yeah.
I guess.
That was a little crazy. The whole last few chapters, we were totally on a spaceship.
Uh, we we were entering long COVID.
A different kind
The
of
editor,
spaceship.
yeah, the editor came in and said, "I'm going to finish this book, come hell or high water. I don't care if it makes sense. I don't care about anything else that you've written. We're going to end it." Yeah, I was just like, okay.
Did you like Uncle Jake more or less or the same after you read his letter?
I think less. I think it would have made sense if he's like, "Hey Charlie, you're my clone, and that's why your dad didn't want me to hang out with you because he thought
That was weird.
it was weird and we'd have too strong of a connection, and I respected that, and kind of like biological dad type of thing.
Okay.
And I was worried that when you saw me that I looked exactly like you, that you'd freak out, and so I just stayed away.
We just really want the clone thing to happen.
I feel like the clone thing would have made more sense than just like,
He was a
I don't
pawn.
know. He was a pawn and he's like apologizing to him and it's like, are you really sorry? It's like,
I know. It doesn't sound like it. Yeah, he was like, "Hey, I kind of totally used you for my own schemes, and I know it probably damaged you, if not killed you. Sorry."
but
And it's
sorry.
like, I think you need something else. I don't know.
Yeah. And then like with Morrison, she just like disappears and then he never talks to her again.
Yeah, what? The,
Like,
yeah, it seemed okay. So here's my better ending that I think would be
oh,
great, but it would set
yes.
it up for a sequel. Is if at the end the cats came or like something happened and he got a letter and it was something that's kind of set him up for the next adventure. So this was all like setting him up to become like a villain or to kind of work in the industry still. I don't know, fight for the dolphins' rights or something. Because like, yeah, he did all these things and he just completely leaves them and like that's it. That's weird.
It felt like there was just no payoff.
Yeah, it did kind
He
of feel like
gets
that.
he gets to fulfill his horrible dream of running the local pub. He doesn't have one friend in that whole neighborhood. Not one neighbor offered him a place to stay.
Yeah. And like now in the last chapter, I guess is like he's kind of starting to make friends. So like that's positive, I guess. But yeah, what? That's it?
His siblings never talked to him again.
Yeah. They weren't villains either. They didn't like randomly die.
They were
That's
just
just
like, we
it.
hate your stinking guts.
That's it. The lawyer is now excited to talk to him because now Charlie has money from his uncle for real. And so that's something, I don't know. It's weird.
I was kind of like, maybe because I was also thinking, like, he's a clone. And I was like, maybe that's why his like siblings don't like him because they're like, something's weird about you. You're not quite right. And they're like, it's because he's cloned. But no, he just, at
He's
the
just,
end, he just gets a lot of money and pays for his friends. I mean,
yeah, it was a weird ending. I mean, it was like a little too neat, I think. And I think you're right. Like, didn't feel like enough payoff.
no,
Yeah.
no. I did a little TikTok
Mm.
teaser for this. And so I was looking at Goodreads and saying what they liked about it and what they didn't like about it.
Ooh.
And people who liked it, they were like, it's very funny, like quick, like twists, fun adventure. A lot of people were saying like this is like a good beach read,
Yeah.
like just a nice, easy read. And then people who didn't like it, I looked at like 3 stars and they were kind of like, someone called it a nothing burger, which that's kind of how I feel. Like you get to the end and you're like, okay, nothing happened.
Yeah. I
Someone
get
called it
that.
like an airplane book.
Yeah. I saw that too.
Yeah.
That all felt right. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what this is. I'll
Yeah.
probably
Any
forget about it.
more any more thoughts?
About the ending.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, so your ideal ending would be in the letter he finds out he's a clone,
Uh,
and then anything else.
no, my ideal ending would have been that he was a clone. He gets to run the business, and Hera is actually Uncle Jake's mind uploaded into the cat.
Whoa, that'd be crazy. And then the pub becomes the new front for the next
Yeah,
like venture. That's good.
I think that would have been cool.
I think
Or
that would have
like the ex-wife comes in and she's like the big bad, or I don't
been.
know.
Yeah.
I would have liked to tie in some of these like things.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. It kind of
So,
I felt like it fell a little flat at the end.
yeah. All right, are we ready to rate the book?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. So we have good message or theme.
Um, 2.
2. I was going to say a 3.
Yeah, I was between 2 and 3. What is the good
Right.
message or theme?
I liked, like, did it have like a good message that you liked, or did you like the theme of the book?
I don't even know what the theme was.
I guess it would be like, I liked the zany, like, cats and spy.
Oh, I guess
I
I
guess I
wouldn't count
like
that in the
that.
theme category.
Yeah.
I was thinking like forgiveness or like life lessons from it. Like I don't know, businessmen are
Oh,
evil.
I would have put that as, oh, well, if that's what it is, then I'm at a two
Well,
also.
I think you can interpret it however you want, and that way it'll be consistent for each of our books that we rate.
Okay.
But that's
Because I
how what
take
I
it
was
as,
thinking.
I was thinking either a good message, like you were talking about, or like the theme of the book you enjoyed.
Oh, I did enjoy the zany technology stuff,
Yeah.
but I think I'll put that into another category.
Okay. Writing style.
Also a two or three.
Okay. I'd give it, I think I would give it a four, a 3.5.
Yeah. What would detract it from a four or five?
I liked it, but I felt like there was just too much product placement.
Yeah. It felt a little too like high school writing or something,
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah. Character depth.
One,
I
zero.
was thinking a one or a two. Oh, this is not looking good.
Oh no. I mean, I was like a
I mean,
fine
it is what it
read.
is.
Yeah, but that's
All
really how I
right.
feel.
Yeah. Lands the plane. Oh, God.
One.
One. I give it a two. All right. Other, whatever you want that was not addressed.
I think I like the creativity of the technology, and I thought some of the plot was clever with Charlie figuring things out and stuff and how he like navigated
Mm-hmm.
his way out. I'd say a three.
Yeah. I would say, like, overall, like, I enjoyed the book and it was a fine read. Not one that I would like rave about to my friends.
No.
So I'll just give it a three for like overall.
Okay.
Okay. You got the calculator out? Or I guess
Oh,
I can do the calculator.
yeah, either way.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you
No.
do it.
Okay. All right.
Oh boy.
Oh, man. Okay. So for message and theme, collectively, we gave it a five. Writing style, we gave it a five, a six.
Okay.
Character depth, we gave it a three. Lands the plane, we gave it a three. And for other, we gave it a six. 2.3.
Kind of feels right.
Oh, I hate that.
I mean,
I feel
I
bad, but yeah.
I was happy reading it. I wasn't upset reading it like lessons in chemistry.
Even lessons in chemistry, I feel like we gave it a 3.5. We
I
we
think
might have been as strict.
you're right. We didn't have the same category thing. We maybe would have, we could have come to a different conclusion.
I don't think so. Because I think the writing style we liked, we did like
That's
some of the
true.
character depth.
That's true. We liked some of the messaging. It was just a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just felt like this book, not a lot happened.
No.
So it's hard
I
to
feel
rate
bad.
that.
I know.
I liked a lot
Mm,
of the ideas. Like, I think if this were a setup for a sequel, it could be really good.
I
Or it
think
could
there
be
was a lot
better.
of let's not get crazy.
Not be delusional.
Oh God. Yeah, I I think there was a lot of potential. I think just a lot of time was wasted in hijinks and not actually doing plot or character building.
Yeah,
The payoff wasn't there to justify everything else.
kind of agree. If okay, so this is sci-fi. I don't really read a lot of sci-fi. Is this comparable to other sci-fi books where most of it is just like, look at this cool world I made?
I don't I don't think so. Not to me.
It's usually
You
also
know,
a
because
plot.
there's usually like a pretty good plot of some sort. And I get like having like a summertime book read, you know. Um
Mm. I'd
I
rather read
just
lessons in chemistry as my summer book read.
oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, I know. I feel
Bummer.
bad, but 2.3, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, questions for the author.
Lots. Why isn't he a clone? What happened to the ex-wife? Why didn't you have Candy's ending?
Why didn't you ask us instead of your editor on how to finish this book?
We could have taken it over for you.
Oh,
um yeah, what happens to Matilda and Tobias, like in that whole world?
yeah.
Are they the new leaders now?
Is it just Dobrev and them?
Yeah, are they like nice instead of villains?
How much did long COVID impact this book? And when did you get long COVID? When did it start?
And how did it feel to be on chapter 16 and get long COVID?
Yeah. We shouldn't be making fun of his long COVID because that is like very serious, but it's
I
also
know, I
like
know. I hope he's okay.
I hope he's okay. Yeah. Like,
I enjoyed reading this book. It was fine.
yeah. All right, let's deviate. Let's go to read it like Reddit, perhaps.
Okay. Well, I think a lot of people were on the same train as us, where they
Oh.
said fun
You
little
told me
read. Yeah.
you told me that about series of unfortunate events, and I got blammoed for that. I'm wondering how you search.
I just look up starter villain Reddit.
Oh, all right.
That's it. Um okay. So here's two things that kind of summarize um there's honestly a lot of things that happen. Okay, the one's most similar to what we said. I enjoyed it, but was disappointed at the ending. Just felt simple and reductive. It felt a bit empty. There was no real stake in anything Charlie did. I feel like
I
that
mean,
that all sounds right. One that I was like, I don't think we thought that was, or I'm curious to hear your thoughts. One person said it's a little preachy, but nothing that detracted from it. They don't know preachy. Even with lessons in chemistry.
I mean, Scalzi definitely put in his opinion on his opinions on capitalism and how some of the things are run in the world.
That's true. He did.
Um, would I call that preachy? No,
Yeah.
I
I,
wouldn't
I
call it
didn't
preachy.
feel crazy preachy. Maybe like a little bit, but I was like, I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. One person said, I approach this book like most mysteries, with my brain actively engaged and trying to understand the motives of characters and how all the pieces fit together. I would advise against that and just turn
No.
your brain off when you read
Oh no.
it.
It has really good reviews on Goodreads though, which is crazy.
How many reviewers?
Like a lot.
I mean, some people did like it, but most people, from what I read on Reddit, was like, it was fine. And that was it.
It has a 4.2 on Goodreads with 43,000 ratings.
What? That many?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's pretty good on Amazon too. Well, I guess that might be his reviewing the book quality also. Yeah, that's interesting.
It kind of seems like if you like Scalzi's writing, then you love this book.
Yeah. I think so. Um, yeah. Here's a good comment that I was like, yeah, that's how I feel too. He says the main problem with Starter Villain is that it sets up all kinds of wild premises and nothing happens. It's mostly just a series of conversations about things that could happen, but the main character barely chooses to do anything and doesn't really have a goal except to survive when everyone else does stuff. If we were actually getting into it, learning how to enjoy power, starting to flip the levers, screwing people over, it could have been great. And I can't help but think that if there's a sequel, that's where it'll go. But yes, it felt like a premise being set up more than a typical story. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's how it feels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then the last thing where I was like, oh, yes, this is also a good summary. that one person said this book was similar to another book he wrote. I didn't write it down though, so I kind of forget. But both of them have a similar flow where in the first 50%, he's establishing the world. It's very humorous. This person thought is a little bit much considering everything else gets packed into the next half of the book. But then 51 to 65%, he's like, let's actually tell a story, bring in some conflict, introduce an antagonist. 66 to 80%, full on conflict. The actual crux of the story happens. Main character is knocked down and needs to fight back and win. 81 to 95%, he fights back with a quickly thought out plan that mentions some things that were at the beginning of the story. And then the last 4% is the climax. The hero wins. Everything's wrapped up with a nice bow.
Well, that could be said the same for Sanderson.
Yeah, that's actually kind of true.
That I wonder if that is a lot of fantasy just because it takes so long to build the world.
Yeah. This was in our world, though. He had an iPhone. The only new things was the talking cat and a talking dolphin, which isn't that hard to imagine. He wasn't really building a world, I felt like.
I know. I really wanted to like this book a lot more than I did.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's fine.
That's why I feel like a fine book should be a 3, but we gave it a 2.3. Like we can't even round that up if we wanted to.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was rough, but yeah. I mean, that is what it is, girly girl.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
Someone's listening through lessons in chemistry. They just got to episode 4, and I'm like,
ugh.
I want to message them, be like, stop.
Please stop. Do you want to take them down?
Yeah, I know. Take it down. No, we can't. We're like a spider's web waiting for people to fall into it.
Oh, gosh.
All right, girly girl. I gotta go.
Parts. Okay. Sounds good. This was fun.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Bookalicious. If you like this discussion, please rate or subscribe to our channel to help other book lovers find this content as well. If you have any questions or suggestions for future books, we'd love to hear from you at bookalicious.pod@gmail.com. As always, thanks for joining our club.